They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. The ball comes out, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off a game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On third down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Calvin Johnson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Fletcher Cox able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up fourth down. They're going to try and throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Henry. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stop.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter. What a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. No score after one on EA Sports. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's got the Hall of Famer, Harold Carmichael. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. That pick six, and now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Jerry Rice, 29 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
John Randall dropping the hammer.
Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football?
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here's a give to Samuel.
Calling a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel punching it in from a yard away.
And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Gano the extra point, and it's now 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. The first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's caught by his tight end, Shockey. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
John Randall. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
And this is what you've got to do against. A quarterback like him, you've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. they're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
They'll look to throw here.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Boy, CD, what a way to score. You want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. They've got the big play. Then they cough it up. It seems to be disastrous, but his teammate is there to scoop it and score it.
Not much else I can add to that, partner. I'll just say one thing. We just saw momentum swing several times on one play.
Bullock good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll start remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Washington. Jerry Rice. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point try good by Godot. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk in the 20. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
2nd and 2. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Samuel.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
They'll give it to Samuel.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They're going to look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he get the first down.
Got a man complete, Calvin Johnson. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Throw caught by Smith. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series, they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mariota. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First down, Mariota. Steps away to his left. But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around a lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action now. Mariota. Flush to his right. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox. Play
number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down. Throwing, Mariota.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Nice job understanding the situation. Third and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
Going for it with Sanders.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. To throw, Mariota. That is caught by a diving Thomas. And it's caught. Touchdown. Demaryius Thomas. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
They begin with Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And he can't get away. Mariota goes down, and that is going to be a safety. I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. A battle for it, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by a former Washington corner, Champ Bailey.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Off the play fake, Mariota. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mariota to throw it.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Here's Smith to return it.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
As they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Night Train Lane.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. A first down carry for Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Derrick Henry, 29 yards.
And the Commanders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 2.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On play action, Mariota. He'll air this one out for Mims. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air. And
now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Deion Sanders. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones in the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. A handoff for Samuel. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He'll take his shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. 2nd and 11. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll set up to throw.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Deion Sanders, the Hall of Famer, with a pick.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he's got room.
149 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, this game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And down he'll go at the 25. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's Samuel. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On second down, here's Henry. And some room to maneuver. And he will finally be shoved out of bounds down at the 30-yard line. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
No gain on the play there, second down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 99 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Warner. He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true. But you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and 9 from the 44.
He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that border.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw on second down, Warner.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jason Taylor.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
They'll try and throw for it here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by two-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison.
And the Commanders are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together?
And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They'll look to throw now on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime. Hit half number 2.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw. Flushed out right. Give him 9 yards on the scramble there, but it does leave him still a few inches shy with 3rd down looming.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Returnable for Thomas. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 126 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Warner. He gets it, and the ball is knocked out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Loose inside the 30. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Derrick Henry. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Extra point try good by Gano. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. That's to about the 28, 2nd down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, Warner. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw, Warner. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they get 14 yards there and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Warner to throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
It'll be Warner on first down. Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And they're going to get this down.
Drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Warner. And he'll go right back to Thomas, complete again. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back now at FedEx Field. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 159 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a first down throw, Warner. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Brian Cushing. And they're going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Short game last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Again, it's Henry. And he'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it.
For them to kick the field goal.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Graham Gano. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And the 13-year man puts it through, and it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Pulls it in at the 13.
Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us, because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Join the discussion on Twitter at EASports_MUT.
The Commanders pick up the victory as we say so long from our nation's capital.
With our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And now periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
underway here in Las. This will be the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
And go get those ball carriers.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy...
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
But no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop them from trying again the rest of this game.
This is Eric Dickerson, 4-time rushing champ. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short. Could they just hand it off for another big gain, or do they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A first carry for the legend, it's Bo Jackson. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Going to give it up the middle. Here's Dickerson. A little daylight. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 46. Set of downs here. Even from up here. There was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Eric Dickerson
from 17 yards out.
And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there. Entirely of rushing the football.
Message sent. I don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement on their opening drive. Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
And he will get in to make it 8-0. And so they run it in on the two-point try. And it's so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for two.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They begin with Henry. And the interception on that opening drive winds up.
It certainly is, and his first throw of the game. Doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the...
They've got a first down in the red zone.
In a scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard.
Early down stuff to put this in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
One quarter down, 8-0 the score. Now it's 2nd and 9.
Now back to throw. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
They'll give it to Samuel. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington.
Curtis Samuel taking it in from a yard out.
And the Commanders are back within a couple of the lead.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's up and good. So maybe a bit early here to try to match the two. They're content to trail by 1 at 8-7. So we're back to a
But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with a big back Jackson. And some space here. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here's Jacobs. And a little bit of space there takes it. Our score. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Evan McPherson for the extra point. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out. And now he's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to go up top again. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
On the return, it's Tony. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving. He's got a man. It's their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Now that certainly solidifies how to attack this 2-minute drill right before the half. I don't think they were going to try and run out the clock, but now after that big play, their thoughts are certainly of trying to score and get some points before the half.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That is caught. It's Calvin Johnson. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Ted Hendricks. And the Raiders are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Well, any lane that might have been coverage held their spot and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right on the 30. Plenty more to see after the break. Drive. And they've got the lead.
they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 80 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 40. Yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Inside give to Dickerson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. On the defensive side, tackled by John Randall.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Try the middle. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Dickerson on the handoff. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43. And
not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
McPherson's kick is good. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being...
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And it's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, so far this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
No, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Inside handoff, Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close.
You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Second down at 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football.
And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
96 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here, he'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, Patterson. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He'll buy some time right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Back to the ground now, Patterson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On the bootleg, Stroud rolling to his right. And he'll get this complete downfield to Kmet. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. John Randall forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Well, you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to big way there with a loss of double-digit yards.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy. It's not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
19 Tiger.
No score after one on EA Sports. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Yards there, and it's It's a Washington first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
On 1st and 10, it's Samuel.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
19 Tiger.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. Got a man complete, Calvin Johnson. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 23. The pitch to Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A 1st down carry for Henry. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
Check 26, check 26.
Henry again on 2nd down.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
A handoff for Samuel. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 14 yards and a Chicago 1st down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Give to Patterson, running to the right.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Found his target. It's Anderson. And he's going to have a Commander's first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. It completes it once more to Anderson. Finding room at midfield. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And Anderson's got it. And he's taken down inside the 30. Back to throw again. That one complete to Anderson.
And he'll be brought down at the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
They'll look to throw again. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 12-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Ready.
Henry up the middle. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
70 Timberwolves.
Yeah, let's get set launch.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5.
They'll look to throw here.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his 1st sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Gano's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the 1st half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
They'll roll him out right. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. 3rd and 1, Stroud. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Stroud off the play fake. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. John Randall picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And Washington will take control of the football in great. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Right back to him on 1st down. Taken down at the 42.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
The slot man in motion right. Stroud to throw it. Going up top for Kupp. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes, they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time, he uses quickness to make a play.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. On 3rd down, Henry. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting 3.
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down. Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung him.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside that didn't allow any leakage, anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys, good. Backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do.
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now left side on the swing pass. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry punching it in from a yard away. And the Commanders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. Marvin Harrison, 72 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. should be the final play before the quarter ends. They begin with Henry. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They'll look to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Looking to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On 2nd down, it's Stroud. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts.
That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. Marvin Harrison. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And his guys have taken the lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
From the 6. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And that's caught